All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
The Summer Hikaru Died, Episode 9. Okay,
All right.
we have met quite a few people.
Mm-hmm.
But there's one very important potential interaction that might be about to happen here.
Yeah.
Because we didn't see him, but Hikaru, Kurabayashi, in the same place.
Mm-hmm.
What does she see?
Yeah, and what happened to this floating head by a thread
Yeah,
specter thing?
Did she just get rid of it? Is she
Did
able to do
Hikaru,
that? Like,
is Hikaru still, nabbed by that thing?
did he manage to weaken it, and that's why she was able to get rid of it? Or is she just that good at this? Or, what's the deal? And
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And did Yoshiki end up actually meeting up with old man Takeda last night and have a little bit of a conversation there? And we just skipped past it or something.
Maybe. Because if we didn't, then we need to follow up on that
We
lead.
do. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. Oh, flashback, yeah. Dad's death. Oh. Oh. They've really always been like this. Bro! That's... Baka! Oh. Did he do that to lighten the mood because he didn't want Yoshiki to feel bad for him?
Maybe. I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, people are starting to die. We're about to start seeing classmates die next. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, two brutal deaths that close to each other in a small town. You don't just ignore that.
Old man Takeda. Okay. Okay. They're all
Right.
back at her place or something. Yeah. Oh.
何なんですか?
さっきイタンはね、くて強い汚れを利用した
Okay.
Okay.
みたいなもんね。
Ah, this was the hunting
Gotcha.
dog. Okay.
Yeah.
払えたけどな。
So it worked. It did find them.
幽霊とか木とかに近いか。
Sure.
この世とあの世って薄い膜を隔てたすごく近いところにあるんよ。その膜が破けて、死んだ人の魂と出てきちゃったやつを戻して小さな穴を閉じるだけ。神様やないから無理ね。
Wow.
Okay.
すごく汚れを引き寄せるみたい。
Oh, yeah.
あんたもやけど、ビルの屋上にある針に。
Lightning rod. Yeah.
たまにおった時はライフみたいに汚れを集めとったから汚れが降りてこやんで済んどったよね。今じゃ事故だの事件だの。
事故とかの直接の原因は汚れってことですか? 光やなくて。
そうね。
Yeah. Okay.
そもそも異常やね。
Oh.
ここどこ?
Oh. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah. You did good. You tried. Yeah.
傷つけたりせん? つか無理やって。
まあまあ。
Oh.
ヒカルくん、
Whoa.
おいしいよ。
Yeah.
なんやこれ。あんた一体何者なんやろな。
わからん。
Yeah.
私もな、昔死んだ夫も。
Oh.
よりご飯できたよ。あのさ、お父やんがさ、ポケメン強くしてくれて。ずっとは無理やと思うけど、このまま。
Oh. My husband did something.
ごめんな、母さんのせいや。私がごめんより。
Oh my god.
ヒカルくんとはまるで違う。間違いなく夫の魂やったけど、ただの汚れに過ぎんかった。
俺は汚れとはちゃうよ。
あんたはなんかもっとこう輪廻の輪の外側におるような、もっと意味のわからん。
Okay.
This is helpful, but
知ってますか?
脳抜き様？あ、ごめんね、わからんな。
okay.
Interesting.
Well, she's probably not a part of the in crowd in this
Sure.
town and stuff, you know?
Right.
あんたたちはどうしたいん？
This is going way better than I thought it would.
命の重さがようわからん。全部放って逃げることやってできる。ヨシキは絶対そんなことしやん。それは俺にとっても。
I'm loving that we're getting it as internal thoughts.
Yeah.
やっとできた大事な居場所やから守りたいです。
どこまでもついていくって決めたから見て見ぬふりをする気はないです。
町や村もどっちも大事なんやね。
ヒカルを見捨てたない。見捨てたらあかんと思うから。
Yeah, thankfully, you're not having to choose between the two.
よになんとかしなきゃね。
Okay.
子たちやな。
I feel so optimistic about. Oh, okay. Well,
I think it's they're good kids.
but there's also that.
There's also that, though.
お疲れ様でした
Fun. Oh no!
What?
Does he get a new scar now? Wow. He knows everything.
Well, shit.
私の名前出してもええからいろんなところに恩を売ってあるん。
Okay.
ヒカルくん、あんたこれ以上辻中くんを混じり物にしたらあかんよ。辻中くんが人の世界に戻れんくなる。
Cool. Right, because there has to be some kind of a process where probably a human became something that could protect people.
Yeah.
ヒカルが死んどっても、この村では何も変わらず時間が過ぎていく。何も知らんま
Nobody
まで。
knows.
しいたけまんじゅう大量にゲット。
ヒカル、
You got a new favorite snack.
悪い。
おい。おい。
It's okay.
ちょっとやるとこあるだけや。こんなんでごめん。誰もお前を弔わんから、あいつがおると、お前を忘れやんでいられる。
ナッツ昔ここでよ
Followed me, yeah.
自作のスーパーマリオのステージや
Oh.
とか言いながら指で遊ぶやつ
That's great. Wait, that's kind of brilliant.
Yeah.
俺とヒカルの違いって
Yeah.
どこ
I'm still figuring that out.
お前よりは空気読むし、大人やし。分かりづらかったな。結構ずるいところもある。もう絶対戻ってこやん。やからちゃう。
好きやった
Can't tell me. Who can you tell?
前になんか俺の裸見て目背けてさなんかあれはさ
言いたない。今はもうお前の体見てもな
Oh.
こんな感情はさ、お前には分からんでええと思う。
なんやそれ
Yeah, what's that supposed to mean?
俺にはないよそんな感情は
Doesn't mean I don't want to talk about it though.
全然ちゃうんやろうな
俺らには俺らだけのもんがあるやろ。別に何かに当てはめやんでえ
Okay.
え。つうかさ、お前は別に人間になんてならんでええ。
Sure.
人間みたいにはならんといて。
また
Oh.
ここにおる以上、人を殺してええことにはならん。こいつを無理に人に合わせるんやなくて、らしく生きていける場所があれば、
Oh.
Damn.
そのためやったら俺は
Taking Todd out to the
全部あげ
woods.
るから。
Oh. I was holding back tears, man. Oh.
あの貴様は何かと引き換えに
Yes.
Okay, right, right.
金による大量死を境にたたり神とされるようになり、山から出やんようになった。
閉じ込めるみたいな感じなんかな
で、ヒカルのじいさんによると、どう
Uh-huh.
やらインドの男は 代々山で何
Right,
か
and that's probably the little person's head,
Right.
the shriveled head.
老の貴様の封印役なんかな。
について紅林さんが言うとったこと、飛来神のように汚れを集める。
Okay.
でも汚れでは何か巨大な塊で地獄のようなもん。輪廻の輪の外側の存在。
Cool.
俺ってそんな風に言われとったんや。
神様なんか
Mm-hmm.
様はつけて呼ばれとるし、神様なのになんでこんなんなる俺がさ、山からおらんくなったから村に汚れが流れてとるよう
It is indeed.
な。ほんならさ、
I should
If I go back up the mountain,
山に帰れば。
can have a wolf children ending.
やっと居場所見つけたんやないの。
Yeah.
それじゃあかんやろ。
You could come up to the mountain with me.
探るんやろ。
We will figure it out.
汚れを山に留めておければええわけやろ。直接の原因は汚れなんや。お前はここにおったってもう人を傷つけたりしやんやんか。
So yeah, why would you need to leave?
なんで汚れを引きつけるんかわかるかもしれん。
I like
汚れ
the
を減らす方法もや。
the passion coming into Yoshiki's voice.
調べてそれから言えや。
Oh, Yoshiki!
ズーラさんの娘さんが言うとった。武田
Good.
のさんのとこ行くで。
So did you
Right.
not go that one night?
ダメ元や。
Oh, we could lose our lives.
Yeah.
We have something to
There are
lose.
definitely some things we could lose.
インドのどこの珍しいな。何のよ。
Completely ignored Yoshiki.
無理やろあの様子やと。何を聞きたいん？
エバヤシって人から頼まれとるっつうか。
Right.
パンやし。お父さんが探しとった人って。
Oh,
ちょっと待っとってな。
Oh, cool. Her name
Interesting.
really worked in a way that I don't even know if
yeah.
I don't even know if that was really the
Mm-hmm.
the thing that she was implying.
紅林を呼んでくれ。
Huh?
紅林さん探しとるんですか。
やっとのことで見つけた。
Oh.
霊媒
Okay.
All the seals.
次に殺されるのは俺や。
殺されるって。
Careful.
He's smiling.
No, no, he was nervous.
降りてきとる。大きな見じゃけた。
Main summer.
ダレンせいでインドの息子がダレンせいでこうなったと。
Oh, yeah.
インドの人間が犯した禁忌
Oh.
のせいや。
Oh.
せいでたくさんの人間が脳な。
Oh, did they try to make a god or something?
Hmm.
インドの男は代々山に
Okay, okay.
So that's the offering.
お返ししに。
Right, 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 right. To return what they received. Oh!
人がのうなったんて寛延2年の大飢饉の話ですか。
あれは飢饉のせいだけやない。
We haven't shown Hikaru's face in
タ
a
タ
bit.
リア。
インドの人って結局何した？
そんなことも知らんからいとらんか。自分の名字がなんでインドもなんか。家のどうでも見てこい。
Whoa!
落ち着いて。
よしき入られとる。
Oh. The thing that's gonna kill him. Nah. Nope, 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 get out of here.
こんにちは。
Nice.
インド光くん。
Cool.
ザレ
ごめんな。と確かめさせてもらいます。
What?
じいさんがヤバそうだと思ってきたらいやめちゃくちゃ都合良かったっす。インド光くんに会えて。
But no blood.
君に
Oh boy!
I love that he's like, I just need to confirm something really quick. Basically says, if this thing cares about your body and needs it to survive, it will keep you alive right here.
Right. Ah, that was wild. I think it's gonna go fine as long as he doesn't like shoot first and ask questions later.
Hello.
I just need to test something. Okay.
Okay, understood. We're gonna be best friends now.
I thought it was just gonna be something where he makes this slice and like nothing happens to Hikaru, and then it's like, okay, I was, whatever.
I thought it was
The
gonna
head
be
fell
like a
off.
spiritual blade where it would
Yeah,
cut.
exactly. Well,
Great
all right.
episode.
Cool.
Trauma.
Awesome.
Yoshki's just getting absolutely fucking destroyed
Just
emotionally
blasted.
in this story.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, so we have Kurabayashi saving the day. Hikaru's completely fine.
Yep. Just needed to
While
rest
it was
and recover.
it was a big scare, Kurabayashi basically came in and just slapped the thing and
Yep, send it
also like completely disconnected its like power from this area as well. So where it was not a threat
Yeah.
at any point. Like it literally went crawling back to its grave. Very fun.
Awesome.
The idea that Kurabayashi could be very just classically described as a spirit medium is great.
Yeah.
Yep.
Huh?
People like that in this world, wonderful. And she was a little bit frivolous with that connection to the spirits by allowing
Her kid to basically stay connected to the ghost of
her husband.
husband.
And then her husband's ghost or impurity or what have you then ended up harming
the kid.
the kid. And that was just a
Yeah.
like
All right,
okay,
there we go.
it's a
Cool.
non-starter. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's a fun parallel in that she's a stand-in in that respect for Yoshiki.
Yep.
Who's basically someone dealing with a loved one who has died and is keeping them around in a way that is probably inevitably going to hurt him. Well, spoiler alert, it already has multiple,
It's been doing that
many times.
just not physically for the most part.
Right. And part of that is because, like Korebayashi, Yoshiki is actually physically safe for the most part from Hikaru because Hikaru loves him.
Yep.
And that creates a very fun parallel and also a fun way for Kurabayashi to also kind of realize, hey, I need to insert myself into this situation because I see you potentially being headed down the same path I was, and I don't want to see this happen to anybody else.
And I love that these boys are actually getting to have like mentor figures and people to guide them along this crazy path of life and all that stuff. Yeah.
Somewhat decent adults. I got a bad vibe from Kurabayashi early, but I think the main point is that she can be overprotective and maybe a little bit antagonistic towards Hikaru because of her fear of what might happen, rather than this being something about where it's some kind of innate, like...
Yeah, it's
like
the
her making assumptions or some kind of
she was
discriminatory
actually
action.
talking about a literal supernatural thing that happened, not some whatever.
And that's
right?
because she's a medium.
Yeah, she's a medium. Yeah, which also
just answers a whole bunch of questions.
Yeah, with her introduction, we didn't necessarily get this as solidly, I don't think. But then later, when she just slaps a ghost away or whatever. Yeah, she's the real deal. She wouldn't make the conflation between, supernatural and regular stuff or whatever.
Exactly. So this is the kind of thing where she has the sense in the same way that schoolgirl Asako does as well.
Yep.
And that's just fun. Okay, cool. So this is tied deeper to this town's history. We end up having our
we have a
we
funeral.
have a couple things, yeah.
The
Let's go
funeral
through
was delightful, painful, needed, a long time coming. Good job, Yoshiki, for finally doing that.
Yeah, that was
Because
hard to hold the tears back.
Oh man,
from.
like
oh my god,
you needed this. You needed this,
this.
and you've needed this for a long time.
After starting the episode with him thinking back to the time that he was with Hikaru when his dad died.
Oh
and the way
and the way that
tried
Hikaru
to,
was like looking out for him even then.
Yeah.
Awesome. And I love the conversations that happened during the funeral of
Yeah.
like, oh, what was he like and everything, you know, and the getting into the ways in which they're different and the, hey, did you like him? And it's
Right.
the, what the hell, man? And it's like, well, did you, you know? Right? Like, and the way that they can bring that up and also be like, no, I don't really want to talk about that with you because you're a different person, right? Like in a lot of ways, Yoshiki's reluctance and refusal to answer that question is goes to show how much he does see you as a human being, Hikaru, or as a real
human being.
unique entity, right?
Yes. Not just a piece of Hikaru.
Right, because he could have totally been just like, oh yeah, well you're basically Hikaru, so yeah, I can tell you, right? No, you're different. You're your own person and all that stuff. So
Yeah, he went into and being like, well, what is different? And
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Like,
And
well,
so,
Hikaru
I'll
was
tell
more
you.
of a closed book. He didn't share those kinds of things that you share.
he also was way better at reading a room, you know? And yeah, sure. And so we have our, like, it almost feels like we could have had it's nice to meet you kind of a thing there, right? Like that was
In fact, that's
awesome.
kind of already happened, but this was more about saying goodbye to Hikaru rather than
Exactly.
hello to...
to this new Hikaru. Yeah. So awesome, love it, good stuff. And then the fact that we can have that to make sure that we understand in no uncertain terms exactly the way in which Yoshiki cares about this new Hikaru and all that stuff, to then have hey, you got over the stabbing, you know, your not dead best friend / crush in the chest, and now decapitated.
I love that this is all off of the, oh, he bumped into them before, the ghost thing comes back. They end
Yep.
up going to Old Man Takeda and end up having the kind of conversation of like, okay, so like what's really going on here?
Yeah.
And then he starts like pointing basically at Hikaru like, it's you.
You're
all
the
fucked it
reason
up.
that
This is-
the ritual
like, you
failed.
should
If you
know.
didn't, yeah, you should know what you would have had to apologize for.
Yeah, which is fun because in some ways, this is the part that I've always wondered about Hikaru's memories.
Okay.
Is that he has the memory
So he should
of
know.
everything that happened to Hikaru. He doesn't have access to the memories of everything that is involving Nonaki, because Nonaki's memories might also be corrupted in some ways by just having so much stuff like stuck to them or what have you.
Right.
But this is the other thing. If we're in investigative mode here,
Yeah.
one of the things that's kind of odd is how unhelpful
Hikaru is
Hikaru's
being.
Indo family heritage has been.
Yes. Quite frankly, there's an element of where he shouldn't even need to ask the grandpa, because it's so Hikaru was taught probably a lot of this stuff for the ritual at least.
Yeah,
Great.
while his dad was alive.
While his dad was alive.
Keep that in mind.
Right, that's true. But he could just be like, hey, Hikaru, what did Hikaru's dad tell you?
Yeah,
You know,
so,
like,
so that's where I would love for them to get a little bit more into this, because in the flashback we got with Hikaru's dad, it seemed like he was either beginning to tell him about the stuff,
Sure.
or he was referencing stuff that he's already told him and just adding more context to it.
right.
Either way, Hikaru's dad is dead, so that side of things didn't end up happening with regards to Hikaru.
Right. But you still have
But-
the grandpa, so you would think that, like,
Yeah.
the education still would have happened. The grandpa didn't seem, like, senile, right?
Well-
like, you know, old and tired or whatever. But
So that's where I'm curious. Is it actually that Hikaru's dad or grandpa, one of them decided to stop?
maybe?
And that's kind of the point.
Or just over time, like, it's the whole thing of, like, a tradition that's super important. You understand why you're doing it for the first 100 years or whatever, in the first 3 generations that it gets passed down
Sure.
or whatever. But then as you keep going past that, then people, you know, remember less, and, you know, they don't care about it as much. And, hey,
Yeah.
this is a thing you do.
Right.
So, you know, it's something like this.
My thought with this is that it's not that it reveals anything about Hikaru, is that it more reveals something about the world building of the Indo family in the last
Okay,
2
I like it.
generations.
I
and
like
that
it, yeah.
One of them, either the dad or the grandpa, did something very different.
Sure.
And so,
Theoretically, both.
theoretically, both. And
Yeah.
part of that could just be dad-
Degradation of the tradition.
or
you know?
I was
Yeah.
going to say that dad died.
Yeah.
So I am I am fascinated to find out why Hikaru's Indo family heritage related memories with regards to all of this have not come up, because in a weird way, Hikaru, being not Hikaru, will have access to the memories in a way that a human wouldn't. It's like, I can read it exactly. I can go and look at it and be like,
Yeah.
that's actually a memory here.
I don't necessarily have the emotions associated with them, but yeah, I got them. They're all here.
Yeah, they're all here.
And also, those would be very upfront, recent memories for Hikaru, probably, because if he was going up to do the ritual in some regard, right, when Nonaki took over.
Well, so that again is another good question, right? Because he was up on that mountain,
right, and so
he had the little head,
exactly.
So the grandpa put him up there.
Well, even if he decided to do it himself because he understands this is what's done or whatever.
Well, that would mean that he understands exactly what he needs to do, right?
Exactly.
That doesn't make sense. Like,
well, and that's where maybe this is too out there of a theory to be bringing up here, right? But one of the things that I feel like happens a lot with fiction and possession by spiritual entities and all that kind of stuff is that the person doesn't remember what happens while they're possessed. And
that's not what we have here, though, right?
Not necessarily, but I think there is a possibility.
Well, okay.
Because there are times where it feels like okay.
Well, we know. Okay, so we know that. Let's go with what we do know. We do know that what happened on the mountain, Hikaru doesn't know what happened on the mountain.
Right.
According to what he says.
Yeah, and so.
That part at the very least.
Right, and so what that makes me think, and especially with a lot of the things where they'll show the red eyes and all of that stuff, right? There's an element of sort of malice underneath the surface that we are not privy to, right? And given that we're going on the assumption that Hikaru is genuinely trying to help and all that stuff.
Absolutely.
That I think that there is an element of where there's a split of some kind, and that the Nonaki-sama is keeping things from Hikaru because Hikaru is interacting with Yoshiki and has to keep, even if it's, and for the purposes of that, I think it's something then where Nonaki is keeping away from Hikaru details of, things about the ritual and why he would have gone up there and all this sorts of stuff. Because Nonaki is finally free. If Nonaki is some entity or whatever that basically was used as some lightning rod, rag to soak up all the muck of, the wherever, right, for centuries, not exactly going to be too fond of that. Understandable why Nonaki would want to leave the mountain if given the chance, right?
But I think in a lot of ways that's something that you would be if you're a being that's like wanting that, and there's any kind of split of some kind with regards to that. I think this thing would very much like leak out that to Hikaru, and Hikaru would just subconsciously not want to go up to the mountain. But that's the opposite. Hikaru suggests maybe I should go back up the mountain. I think if anything, what it is that Hikaru had at some point had conversations with his dad.
Okay, yeah.
And so was told about some of it, but probably doesn't know a lot of the details regarding it. But does know potentially that something went, because this is the part that's also potentially worth considering. What are the exact circumstances of his father's death?
I don't believe we know.
No, we don't. So there's a very real possibility that it was a self-sacrifice maybe to protect his son or something.
Yeah.
And so he went up the mountain to investigate something about his father. So it's something where he's more curious about what's going on.
And it could be a thing of...
Because he knows that the head thing is a protection thing. That's all he knew for sure.
Right, and so it's I don't know all of this stuff exactly, and maybe it's something where, the Hikaru's dad died. He didn't get the full talk. He tried to talk to the grandpa about it, and the grandpa's like, no, I don't really want to talk about that stuff. Even though
probably finds out that it's the mountain related.
Yeah, exactly. Even though the grandpa was pretty open about this and like, oh yeah, old stuff, whatever, you know, like I'm
Right.
tired, but I don't mind talking about it.
And because Hikaru's a closed book, he handles this solo, and he doesn't bring Yoshiki into
Right,
it.
but I feel like it wouldn't make sense that Hikaru wouldn't know the details. Maybe
Well,
maybe he's that spontaneous, but like if he knows enough about the skull thing, then I
So-
feel like he'd get the other information
so-
he needs from the grandpa.
so-
Ask at some point.
So, I think that rather than going off that leap, we go
Okay.
off the idea that the death fucked it up. Like, he died. So,
Okay.
everything with regards to like a kind of a radius effect of that kind of is fucked. Like, there's nothing
and
really
you're
we can do
specifically Hikaru's death, not his dad's death, right?
about that. Yes, Hikaru's
Yeah, okay.
death.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So he died in a really
Yeah,
unfortunate
maybe something
kind
as,
of set of
as
circumstances.
simple as it's rainy, he slips, hits his head on a rock, whatever.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I don't think it really matters how he died. I think the
Okay.
more point is that, like you're saying, Hikaru has not brought up anything himself about what his dad has told him or grandpa has or hasn't
Right.
told him. They just go and start looking into it and stuff. So we either go the Hikaru wasn't told anything except what we know, which is this will protect you and there's some stuff we have to do and all that.
Yeah.
So he goes and investigates it as a curious kid who lost his dad
Sure.
and is sad and is alone, and it's just a whole bad deal of it. Dies and now is in this situation where it's the
Right.
okay. So if he knows something,
Then why isn't he bringing it up
yeah,
yet?
I don't think Hikaru would be in a position where this thing would sequester parts of his brain for
Yeah.
just the purpose of like what, just not being helpful. Like,
Well-
like if Nonaki is in a good place now, I can't imagine Nonaki because that's why I don't want to make the separation as much. Is that
Okay.
there's things that Hikaru is able to do that are directly harmful to Nonaki. Ripping out a piece of itself and being like, I'm going to depower myself.
Well,
I don't think Nonaki
so-
that's trying to protect itself would ever allow Hikaru to do that.
Potentially,
Yeah.
unless because again, but we also had the whole directing choice thing of then the Nonaki stuff
Again,
reaching out for Yoshiki.
I don't put much.
So the things that the show decides to add in there are pointless.
No,
Right,
no,
like,
no,
you know,
no.
like
You're being reductive. I'm saying that I don't think that that's something that I can specifically point as to why that's being shown.
No, sure, but the fact that it is being done means like that is the oh hey, here's this thing that looks entirely like to the detriment of Nonaki, right? This is proof that it is Hikaru, right? And he is convincing Yoshiki by doing this act. Oh hey, and then we have something where it looks like the Nonaki whatever is winning over Yoshiki in some way, right? You
Could say that that's the fear of Yoshiki.
Oh, yeah.
Having this thing being in such a
No.
place above him.
there's a million different reasons
Yeah.
of what it could theoretically mean.
Right.
But the idea that there wouldn't be any reason for Nonaki to do that it undercuts that because
No,
it's all right, we're here showcasing some way in which it is not that. Whether even if it's not necessarily Nonaki's intent, which I think would be very far fetched, right? Like, so is and whether we think it's something where we actually are going to hold that Hikaru, this new Hikaru, does have actual agency, or whether it's just a very clever ploy by Nonaki, which I don't think we're doing. I feel like
No.
the show's established very strongly that is not what this
so
is.
then
So
why
then-
would it try to hide things?
So then, no, not even going to that.
Okay.
So then, as a result of that, there are two entities within the body that is Hikaru.
Yes.
There is the Nonaki and there is the Hikaru.
Well, so that's the part where I don't like the separation as much.
Well-
it's an idea that it is now one entity. It is now one entity. Hikaru is dead.
Then it's not two entities.
No. This is where again, Hikaru's body died, and whatever is the spiritual stuff in this show that they've not given us hard world
Yes.
building on,
Right.
mixed with Nonaki, right? In the same way that we know now that there is a mixing mechanic in the world. We don't know exactly what it does,
Right.
but we do know the consequences of it is that a person would no longer be able to return
Yes.
to the spirit world.
But so
So, what happens if a corpse mixes with a spirit god or what have you that might have originally been a human too.
Oh, no, yeah, there are plenty of things that they can explore with that. But with the whole mixing thing, even if they do mix, right?
Okay.
And this Hikaru clearly is not just Hikaru, right? It is Hikaru altered, right?
Yeah,
or
it's
whatever.
Hikaru no Naki. It's
Yeah,
it's a
exactly.
ship name mixing of their two.
Sure.
Yeah.
If that's the case, then you either have them as one entity now,
Yeah.
or you have them as two different entities
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
And so, which is it?
I think it's more leaning towards a 2-in-1 situation.
No.
No. It's something where I think I lean towards one, but it is a 2-in-1 situation where if I had to divide them, my main thing was I would say that it is way more emotionally, mentally, in the stuff that makes up the mind, will, and emotions.
Sure.
The soul, if
Yeah,
you
yeah,
will.
yeah.
That part is Hikaru. But the physical part is dead for Hikaru. Like,
Sure.
it's being kept
It is
alive
by
by the
Nonaki.
supernatural
Yeah,
nonsense that is Nonaki.
Right.
So it's something where I don't see them as separate entities because they're incorporating together to make themselves even have a living thing, you know?
So, if you have a Venn diagram, two circles, Nonaki, OG Hikaru.
Yes.
There's either the they fully overlap and they're the same thing. There's the they are fully separate, and there's the they partially overlap.
Yeah, they partially overlap, yeah.
The thing that we see then, right? I would posit if it's a partial overlap is we see whatever amount is overlapped, right? Like, you know, that, and it's the that is the stuff of Nonaki that also
Yeah.
has the stuff of Hikaru, right? If that's the case, then there could be the stuff that is lost that was just Hikaru that is now dead. That's the other part, right? That is very much the case that there is something like that because it's not just a carbon copy of Hikaru, right?
Correct.
Then there's the other part, and that would be the Nonaki stuff. And that's the Hikaru doesn't actually know, right? This new Hikaru that we have doesn't know some of the things that are going on.
And I think there's a reason for that. And I think the reason for that is because the software that is Hikaru can't interface backwards with the hardware of Nonaki. Nonaki can interface with the mind, will, and emotion stuff of Hikaru, and that's where Hikaru is feeling this stuff but doesn't understand why.
Sure.
But it's also where when Hikaru tries to think about what would Nonaki's memories be, there's nothing there. It's a bunch of fuzzy stuff there.
Well, and hence the whole thing that Tanaka talked about of it's an amorphous blob, it doesn't have identity. What's the deal here, right?
Right. Hikaru gave it identity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And hence it being Hikaru shaped and all that stuff.
Right.
But given that that's the case, if Hikaru is using the Nonaki stuff in order to basically exist in the first place, right? Then would there, like, the times that Hikaru does things that feel Nonaki related, right? The goop coming out and all that stuff, right? It very much does kind of feel like this sometimes almost an unconscious act. It could be him not being as used to being in this form, right?
Yeah.
But if there's some element of where he has control over the body as a result of Nonaki, he has access to the memories because he has control over the body, then that means that Nonaki has some influence over him being able to actually control the memories, because otherwise there wouldn't be anything there to get.
I think that you're trying too hard to make this into a binary situation here.
Okay.
When in a lot of ways to me this feels way simpler than you're making it out to be. This is person woke up and has a strange supernatural power that we're going to call a thing. We're going to give a name to it.
Sure.
But as far as what it is functionally, it's not a person. It is not an identity. It doesn't have will or emotions or any of that stuff. It doesn't have all the things that would allow it to make those kinds of choices.
So
it has maybe some very, 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 very basic functions, like attract all stuff to it, and then stay on the mountain, probably.
Sure. So then why isn't it something where when they start talking about what's the deal with the mountain, all this stuff, what are you? Why isn't he like, oh yeah, like what did happen? What was the stuff that my dad talked about or that my grandpa talked about or whatever? Like,
I don't know. Maybe he doesn't know anything. I feel like it's more has to do that someone in the previous two generations did something to make it to where he doesn't know that much. And that's why we even showed some of that flashback with his dad to begin with, is that that to me felt like originally that it was Hikaru has been told some things.
Sure.
But with this, I'm now like, wait, no, it actually
Maybe he got
posits
told,
a really...
like, actually nothing.
He got told literally just that.
And he just knew that the skull was a thing that my dad took up there.
Well, no, totally. But that was something that he did bring up. And then it's that was the night. Like, that was it. That was the last thing his dad ever told him, basically. So I don't know if it's like, I could come up with a bunch of reasons as to why his memory about that is something, one, he doesn't want to go back into.
Sure.
But two, it's I was 6 and he was really focused on the mountain and there was a name Nonaki, but like a lot of the those details are
he doesn't
actually
have perfect recollection of it because he's still doing it through Hikaru's dead body. Or
I was
whatever.
gonna say he doesn't need to transfer it there. It's we have a special buried spot in our temple shrine that has all the details of all the fucked up stuff.
It has the textbook on,
it has
how
the
to
literal
do
textbook.
ritual.
It has the lore scroll.
Sure, and that's
so
a
it's
lead
more
that they have now.
And so it's more that it's wait, Takeda said something that made me remember. Why am I remembering this now? My dad told me at one point
I never paid attention to all that boring shit.
I never paid attention to the boring shit because I was 5, 6, 7, 8 or whatever.
Yeah.
I feel like that's way more likely, but I still feel like then it still feels weird that Hikaru doesn't know something, and that makes me think that the dad or the grandpa decided to break from tradition, decided to somehow do something, and that's why he died. That's why the dad's not around.
Right.
Because it feels like if the grandpa's still alive, the offering is not human sacrifices.
Right.
Because he would be dead, right?
Yeah,
or maybe it was his brother that did it or something. Either way, I feel like it would be they give up something else that's not their life.
Right. And
thus the dad's death is a bad thing with regards to their tradition.
Right, and we have things of new Hikaru being like, oh, I want to experience this thing for the first time, and specifically talking about how I remember it, but I didn't feel it. I didn't taste it. That was Hikaru, right? And that's one of those things that feels weird because it's there's a lot of memories, and maybe it's in that nebulous kind of like, I remember that I remember that I had a first watermelon, at some point, but I don't remember the experience of, right? I just know that, that happened, but I wouldn't be able to tell you about it,
Right.
Like maybe if it's something like that, then that's how it all works out. But I feel like, unless there's something of we decided to stop telling our kids about this stuff, or we were going to wait to the right age or whatever, and the grandpa decided, nah, fuck it, my son died, I'm not going to, let this continue. That's the only thing that makes sense to me as far as why Hikaru wouldn't know this stuff. And the fact that Hikaru, like you were saying, hasn't been very helpful on this whole expedition and doesn't know a whole lot of stuff is real strange.
Well, I think, again, part of that has to do with the fact that his dad died, and we don't know why his dad died.
Sure.
And the dad's death could literally be the entire explanation, or it could be a part of it, and we'll have to see. But yeah, Hikaru didn't die when he got killed.
Nope.
Because chopping the head off just means, this thing is going to be forced to now be like, wait. We're puppeting a corpse. So yeah, chopping the head off, it doesn't mean anything, which means, to me, Tanaka deduced correctly, you're a corpse. Gotcha.
Okay.
So I'm going to do this here, and that'll be my proof, because there's no way this thing could truly transform into a human.
Right, it's the
you had to take it over.
And so does that mean then that when Yoshiki stabbed Hikaru, Hikaru made himself bleed red?
I don't know. That's an interesting
because there was no blood here. Theoretically, that could be some censorship stuff of a beheading on screen that's a bit much. So we're going to make it be dark and all that stuff, and
it could also
make
it
look like
so
spiritual
fast.
shit that's happening.
It could also be that it happens so fast that this is just Yoshiki time frozen. It's not just focusing on the graphic horror of it and the blood and everything. It's the oh my god, I'm having to watch him die all over again, but in the graphic.
I cannot catch a break. Yeah. 3 times now I've had to deal with
fucking Yoshiki.
Damn. But basically, something's different about this than the knife stab. And whether that's that now it's deciding, oh shit, that blood stuff is important, I'm gonna keep it inside me, or whatever. I don't know. But
I don't know. But okay, we've got old man Takeda already having absorbed an impurity of some kind.
Right.
Which to me now makes me think that the reason why he thinks he's next is because he knows that if Nonaki's down here, he's here to collect something that you're holding on to.
Oh, I like it. Yeah.
So the idea that what Matsura was dealing with was
Yeah.
the impurity that she absorbed and was thus making her a little crazy.
Cool. I like it.
And then what happened? What happened here is the oh shit, you're here to take me,
and maybe past
this thing fights
sins,
back.
and it's the my debt is going to be called on to collect. Yeah. I like it. I like
But
it.
yeah, you did deduce that there's some kind of a little bit of a nervous gleefulness from Hikaru in some of the shots where he's like nervously kind of smiling.
And that's where there's that part of me that thinks that it's a you know, a Nonaki thing that's in there that is being concealed potentially also from Hikaru, but at the very least from Yoshiki. But
okay, all right, but I am curious. I am curious if this is just the, hey, you know, Hikaru just killed somebody earlier, but you know what? We're gonna figure this out. Tanaka just killed Hikaru, but it's okay. We're gonna figure this out. Yep. We're just gonna do that because Dope Sword had black smoke coming off of it and all that. So at the very least, Tanaka, you are pretty damn cool from the kind of aloof side character that's an expert in this world side of things goes.
And I do appreciate the expert dealing with something very dangerous that's like, no, I'm not gonna, you know, whatever. I show up and, okay, cool. The thing, I'm going to do what needs to be done in order to hopefully kill it, but that might also not kill it because, you know.
Yeah, he set down the monster cage in order to run up here and be like, oh, I got here in time.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
No, you can't kill old man Takeda. He's going to be useful information for me, so
Right.
not having that.
Okay.
But, all right, y'all. Thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general. Also, be sure to check out our Twitch channel. So if you have any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all
next time.